69 to the NTFA 46-30.
So, Cody Kelly, we're going to get a best player from each of the sides very shortly. Who do you think might have been the best player from the NTFA?
Honestly, I'd have to go with Cal Fraser. I just think through the midfield was very influential for them. Did a very good job in providing pressure and tackles, and his link up through the middle from handballs and kicks did a really good job for the NTFA in defeat. But yeah, great day for him.
And for the NWFL?
A lot of options there I could go with, but I'm just going to have to stick with Lucas Hazelwood. Just the second half that he had, kicking 3 goals and just being really good for the NWFL. Forward pressure at its finest from him, going up from forward into the midfield, and really helped them out in their 39-point victory. So credit to him, and also credit to Cal Fraser of the NTFA.
So we can see just out on the ground, they're currently going through the better players for both sides today. There will be some discussion with regards to also the Emergency Services Award going to, as Adrian Collins mentioned before, from a player from the NTFA because of the socks that they are wearing representing the emergency services. So players will be given the opportunity very shortly to come forward. Microphone just been handed there by Gary Carpenter, the president of the NWFL. And the winner today goes to Taj Lillico. So Taj Lillico from the NWFL has taken that out. So congratulations to Taj Lillico.
Deserved as well there, Taj Lillico. Absolute beast down back for the Northwest today.
And the player for the NTFA, I'm just trying to pick his number up. Can't quite pick it up there. Ronnie has a chat to them. That was Lachlan Taylor. So Lachlan Taylor was deemed to be the best player on the field for the NTFA in the under-19s. Road Safety Council of Tasmania. Tasmanian Representative Series game here from Penguin. We're going to take a break on the AFL Tas live stream. We hope you're enjoying it. We look forward to catching up with you very, very shortly for the start of the Women's Representative Series, which will be getting underway very shortly between the NWFL and the NTFA. We had a quick chat earlier on between Adrian Collins of the NTFA, the coach, and NWFL's Emma Pittman. So look forward to seeing you very shortly on the AFL Tas live stream for the women's match between the NWFL and the NTFA. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the AFL Tas live stream of the Tasmanian Representative Series from Wilson Homes Park here at the Gold Park Regional Sports Complex in Penguin. The NWFL hosting the first game between the NWFL and the NTFA. And the under-19s earlier on today, the Road Safety Council of Tasmania. We have the NWFL victors by 39 points, 10-9, 69, defeating the NTFA 4-6-30. Best on ground for the NWFL was Taj Lilico, and for the NTFA was Lachlan Taylor. So congratulations to both those individuals, and to Jaden Wicks in the NWFL defeating Nick Roney's NTFA and his counterparts. Joining me today in the commentary position for the Terry White Kenmar Women's NWFL first game of the Tasmanian Representative Series on AFL Tas Livestream, Jacob Bevis.
Good afternoon, Xavier. Good afternoon, everyone. Great to be here. Probably aside the grand final, this would have to be one of the biggest days of footy. It's always good representative footy, so no, looking forward to it.
Absolutely. We're looking forward to a cracking game between the NTFA and the NWFL here from NWFL headquarters at Wilson's Homes Park. We're looking forward to seeing what Emma Pittman can put up against Adrian Collins and the NTFA girls or women's at very shortly in the first of the games. I had a chat with both Emma and Adrian earlier on today, Jacob, and both of them spoke about the quality of the teams that they've been able to construct. But Adrian in particular was talking more about focusing on bridging the gap between the NTFA and the NWFL, considering they've got their Premier League and their Div 1 players in amongst the team that they've got out on the park today.
And of course, the NTFA lost this time last year to the NWFL, so probably a fair enough comment there by Adrian.
Certainly is. So, ladies, we'll be getting underway very shortly. Game today brought to you by Terry White Chemmart, also sponsors of the NWFL Senior Women's Competition along the northwest. And in the ruck, it looks like it's going to be Hannah Lee that's going to get us underway. To start us off for the call of this match, Jacob Bevis.
Here we go, we're underway here at Dial Park. Pretty even contest between the two ruckmen. Here's O'Hearn, who had it, lost it. Lee gets the handball away towards half forward. Ball just squirts out for the NWFL. And the umpire will come in and ball it up.
Ball up, centre forward for the NTFA. Inside forward 50 they go this time. Meeting the football there was Habalay. Kicking off the ground is Dip Rose. Under 18 Academy prospect. Devils player coming out of Latrobe. She's had a good year so far. Getting the boot on the ball was Freestone. Inside forward 50 again for the NTFA. They've been clean early. Hingston under tackle. Well, that was quick. The tackle being applied by Habalay, and she'll receive the free kick.
She goes to the top of the goal square. Can someone mark here for the NTFA? Not quite. And that ball just being locked up for the moment, top of the goal square. We'll get a ball up. Lee taps it down. Hingston got a piece of it. Couldn't quite mark. Ball spills out of the hands of Todman. And now the NWFL can exit here. Eilert turns it over. Chance here for Freestone. Good mark. Oh, not quite. There by Prokovic. And then she goes for the shot, but it's a minor score. So first score going the way of the NTFA.
Got some intel too there, Jacob. It's Procker Pete's. Adrian, I had a bit of a chat with him about it prior to the match. And I said, I thought, is it Procker Peach? And he said, no, Procker Peace. So mark is there taken there by Humphrey. She kicks the ball wide out towards the scoreboard side of the ground. No one able to take the ball cleanly. Handball by Pearce was knocked off by the NWFL. Ball comes to ground. Following back up and getting a foot to the football was Freestone. Now it's in the hands of Breward. Top of the goal square. Goal beckons. They're going to get there quickly enough. No, it rolls through for one behind. So two behinds the NTFA. They've started well.
Definitely dominating inside 50 entries early. NWFL yet to get it in their arc. So bringing it back into play from the kick out here is Holly Diprose. Just wanders out of the goal square. And then the kick outside 50 only goes as far as Jaslyn Freestone. She goes inside 50. Picking it up there is Poke. Works it out to the outer side wing. And then onto it there is Pringle. So Pringle kicks it down the ground. That's a strong mark there by Shania Saywood. She's kicked quite a few goals in the NWFL this year. She kicks it forward, but only to the advantage of Bree Eichen.
Ball moves forward. Now in the hands of Stevenson. The ball use has been pretty good in NTFA so far. I don't think they're bridging the gap. They're more than competitive. They come towards half forward. No one home for the NTFA. First back was Griffiths for the NWFL. She falls over. They bring the footy back in. This time it's through Haberlay. Been prominent early. She gets the ball back, drops it in the tackle. Ball goes to ground. Good defensive effort there by Hingston. Gets a boot to ball. Goes wide. No one home for the NWFL. She follows her own work up. Joining her there is Kelsey Ahern. Ball to ground. Front of the scoreboard. NTFA are able to mop up, and that's coming through Binns.
Binns kicks it out wide. Finds Weldon. They work it through hands, the NTFA. And now they kick it towards half forward. NWFL have the numbers here. But it might be a chance here for the NTFA. Shot on goal there by Haberlay and misses it to the left.
So 3 behinds, plays yet to score. Advantage to the NTFA. Adrian Collins will be well pleased with how they've started this game. And not only do they have some perceived pressure on the NWFL, but they've got some applied pressure because they've hit the scoreboard 3 times. Diprose, kick, inboard. Doesn't hit the intended target. But Poke is there in good measure. Kicks up towards the centre of the ground. Good pick up by the NWFL. That was Chips Pringle. Follows up with a great tackle. Going nowhere was Freestone. And the umpire says, give it to me.
So ball up in the centre. Lee wins the hit out. Ball squirts out. Umpire blows his whistle. He's paid a high free kick. Going the way of the NTFA. Oh, kick onto the mark there by Clark, the captain, of course, although the NTFA might come out best here. Receiving the handball there was Stevenson. She goes inside 50, and Prokopik takes the mark. And she decides to move it on, and juggling the mark there for the NTFA is...
I think it's number 8. I think it's Weldon.
Yes, it's Grace Weldon. She's kicked 5 goals this year for South Lonnie. This for the first goal of the game. Missed it to the left.
It's 4 behinds. Plays yet to score. Advantage to the NTFA. We'll almost come up to the 7-minute mark of the first term. And it looks like Poke has taken on the kicking... No, it's actually Hingston. She's taken on the kicking duties, and that's not a good kick. That's gone wide. Everyone overruns the football. Who's going to be clean? Diprose. Loses it in the tackle, though. Is that across the shoulder? No, says the umpire. NTFA are trying to ripping it out. They apply another good tackle. That's coming through the services of Freestone. And Freestone's been quite prominent for the NTFA so far. Lee wins the tap this time. They're in a real contest. Smith, the NWFL, poor kick, and that's been habitual of the NWFL so far. Goes to Pearce. Pearce kicks the ball inside forward 50 to the advantage of a teammate in Brewer, who goes further afield. No mark. Smith gets the receiving kick out towards the teammate in Chips Pringle. Unable to be clean with the football, the NWFL. The NTFA are going to get themselves out of a pickle.
So can they manufacture something here, the NTFA? They've had all the forward 50 entries in this game, although the NWFL are trying to get on the attack here. Getting the kick away there was Luca Conkey, but it's only to the advantage of the NTFA. So a chance here for the Northerners to attack. Getting the kick away there was Lloyd. Didn't find an intended target. Now a chance here for Rockcliffe. Kicks it towards half forward, but again, the NTFA, they attack. They kick it towards the contest. Getting in there was Richardson. Gives it off. They go forward once again, the NTFA. Oh, collision there.
Two teammates.
Couple of teammates. Tackled there was Todman. Ball spills out. Umpire blows his whistle, and it's going to be a free kick to the NTFA.
Ewington took out Harrison, and then in turn in the tackle, then slung the NTFA.
Todman, I think it was.
Oh, she's not good. She's not good.
Holding the face and all.
Yeah, no, so she will have to come off. So that'll be the concussion protocol, one would think.
Just got a bit of an example of how hard representative footy is.
Well, Adrian Collins said he just wanted to bridge the gap. I tell you what, they are taking it well up to the NWFL. So they have got a big challenge on their hands today, the NWFL, in this beautiful sunshine on the Wilson Homes Park deck here at Penguin. So who's going to be the recipient there, Jacob? Taking the free kick now as she makes her way off. So Jamie Todman is going to be making way off. So who's the recipient?
I'll get a good look at it in a second.
It's number 5, so that's Bree Eichen. So Eichen kicks the ball inside forward 50. Good kick, good use of the body, great mark. Liana Freestone. So Liana and Jaslyn being strong for the NTFA early. It's not a bad looking kick. It's not going to make the distance though. Top of the goal square, and they've been able to rush it through. So it's the first rush behind of the game. They move to 5 behinds. NWFL get to score.
Hingston to take the kick out for the NWFL. Kicks it out to the side that we're on. Dropping the mark.
That's low.
There was low, of course, and the ball spills out of play. In fact, it's last touch. So the recipient is Lauren Stevenson from Deloraine. Just gets past low and then kicks it towards the goal square to a one-on-one, nearly marked there by Poke it was. And now the ball has been locked up inside 50 for the visitors.
So ball up will be the result. Poke on the last line of defence there. Making the tackle. Ewington in the ruck. Transition from basketball to football. Ball by hand. Comes to Smith. Smith inside for the centre square. Got a good mark across the halfback to Michaela Binns. Waste no time. They kick inside forward 50. Another mark has been taken there by Taya Richardson. And Richardson not sure what to do. Steadies. Kicks to a one-on-one. First back was Dip Rose. Roving the pack. Throws onto that left boot. Doesn't hit the intended target. Low, gets a handball away. Not able to follow up and take it. Was Smith. And NWFL are able to get the kick out. It's taken by Booth. Back inside forward 50 for the NTFA. Last line of defence. Released there by Bridget Griffiths.
Trying to pick up the footy there is Freestone. She does eventually and then gives it off to Richardson, who goes towards the goal square. NWFL have the numbers here. And then getting onto it there was Diprose. Just runs a few metres and then turns it over.
She's seeing a lot of the football Diprose, but at the wrong end of the ground.
Yeah, absolutely. So the NTFA go back inside 50 here towards a contest. No mark taken. Hingston trying to get onto it. Prokopik there as well. Ball close to the boundary line. And now the NWFL are in possession. They clear it away. Onto it there is Binns. Umpire blows his whistle. It's a free kick to the home side.
So Olivia Smith, recipient of the free kick, gets it forward. Taking the mark is Ella Moody. That's more constructive for the NWFL. First time they've been forward of the centre for the match. What have we played? Almost 15 minutes. Ball's going nowhere. Smith makes the tackle along with Conkey. Ball's come out according to the umpire, and we're going to have a ball up. So ball up, far side of the ground. Tap down, overrunning it. was Ahern, so missed a clean possession, and receiving the free kick there was Brouard. Uses the ball inboard, comes across to Freestone. Jaslyn, being the dominant player on the ground. That's a good kick to space. Oh, just getting a kick away in time was Hallie Pearce.
Ball in the centre square. They try to go forward here, the NTFA, but no prevail. Getting a handball there was Griffiths, and now they work it through handball. O'Hearn received it there from Ewington. Didn't quite hang on to it. And then a free kick here. I think it might be holding the ball there. It's going the way of the NTFA's Richardson. Kicks it out to a teammate on the far wing. Goes inside or towards the 50, but cutting it off there was Amali Johnston. So kicks it out to the outer side, but turning it over once again, only as far as Binns. Binns just slaps it on the boot. Drop mark there by Booth. And here go the NWFL. And now in possession is Conkey.
So Conkey received it from Johnson. She's going further afield. She's looking for Moody. Doesn't have the football, but now she does. She takes it in front of possession of her teammate. She's had a shot on goal right on the last line. NTFA are able to keep the ball in. They try to have a bounce through Freestone. She's going to be caught with holding the football, surely. No, it's across the shoulder. That's interesting. We'll have to have a look on the replay very shortly. So Freestone receives the free kick. She goes wide down the field. Handball released there by Liana Freestone. So, and then it goes across the boundary line for a boundary throw-in. Let's have a look at this tackle here on the replay. Terry White-Kenmart. Yeah, no, that's an interesting decision. Anyway, ball's now centre forward for the NWFL. Chips Pringle trying to get her hands on the football. Gets it out to Smith. Smith, handball in the hands of Aylett. Ball comes to ground. It's now on the boot of Conkey. Across the face. And we're going to get a boundary thrown. So, Jacob, a reasonable result for the NWFL considering.
Yeah, it's probably the first time they've actually been able to lock it inside their forward 50. So, ball comes back into play. Getting a kick away there was Bissett. Didn't find a teammate in the end. Now, doing well to keep the ball in front of her there was Morrison. Ball squirts out. Receiving a handball there was Binns. Kicks it towards the outer side to a one-on-one. And then coming away best there was Ewington. Fumbled it, but kept going. And then collected the footy. And then went inside 50. Drop mark there by Conkey. She's going to get a second bite, though. And then snaps it towards the pocket. No mark taken. Umpire has blown his whistle. And I think it's going to be a free kick to the home team. It is. And it's going to be Asher Newnham. Newnham, I should say.
Desperately needed. And they could actually take the lead, believe it or not, when they've only got 3 minutes to go in the first term.
It's been a prominent goal kicker this year for Ulverston, has Asher Newnham. This for the first goal of the game. And she shanks it to the right.
4 points the margin. One behind plays 5. Advantage to the NTFA. They've looked the more polished team. And bringing the ball out there is Michaela Binns. Kick finds the target. She runs on, but she doesn't receive the football. So a teammate, Weldon, kicks the ball up and under, bringing it back inboard. That's dangerous. I think that's a throw, surely, umpire. It was lazy there by Michaela Binns. And the free kick will go to the NWFL.
It's going to be in the hands of Kelsey O'Hearn. Devonport coach, playing coach, of course. Just kicks it to the top of the goal square. Good mark, Luca Conkey. She's going to be directly in front.
I'll put it down and put the commentator's curse on it.
I was nearly about to say something too, but I've held back. Of course, didn't play in the rep series last year. She was nursing an injury for the first goal of the game. She's got it, Luca Conkey. And the NWFL, after Well, the play was at the other end. They lead.
So it's 1-1, plays 5 behinds. So 7, plays 5. And you wouldn't believe it, the NWFL are actually leading at the 19-minute mark of the first term, and they've only been in their forward 50 for the last 3 minutes. So it took them 17 minutes to get there, and now they're entering almost quarter time with a margin of 2 points. Ball back into the middle. Goal kicker, Conkey, just like a father Adam. There's a whistle off the ball. And what have we got? We don't have a 666. So coming onto the field there, looks like that's Shania Saywood. And there's the warning. So the ball goes back into the middle.
So ball up. NTFA come away with it. They might win the clearance here. They had it, lost it, and then the ball's being tucked in among a few players. And it's going to be a ball up. Just short of the NTFA's forward 50. Here's a chance. Kelsey O'Hearn receiving a handball, kicking it out to the outer side. It slips through the hands of Luca Conkey. Now plenty of players come onto the scene. Conkey again involved. Handballs it off to Olivia Smith. And then inside 50, but the siren beats up. So quarter time here at Dial Park, and in the NWFL they have the lead by a couple of points. 1-1-7 to the NTFA 0-5-5.
Goal kickers for the first term. And it's only one, and it's going to the NWFL, and it's going to the sharpshooter in Luca Conkey. We'll get some better players. I might have a look at the NTFA, and then Jacob will do the NWFL with regards to the first quarter. In that first quarter, the Freestone girls, Liana and also in particular Jaslyn Freestone, were some of the better players throughout the course of the term. Saw Molly Clark pop up there once or twice. The captain, Michaela Binns, down back was showing some good work. And then also up front, Habalay and Proper Peace, who's also an assistant playing coach today, which is an unusual for a representative side. We spoke to Adrian about that. She's now currently playing with the old Launcestonians, but wants to increase her coaching capacity and reach, and this is a great format for her to be able to do that, in particular on the field.
Yeah, and some of the best players for the NWFL. I think we can put Holly Diprose in there. She was pretty good. Luca Conkey probably got better as the game went on. Ellie Polk had a little bit of the footy. Am I missing anyone else? Kelsey O'Hearn was involved as well. That would probably be, what's that, 4?
That's it, indeed. I liked Chips Pringle. I thought Chips Pringle was one of the saviours, in particular through the middle of the ground for the NWFL in that quarter. But they've got a real challenge on their hands against the NTFA women. Adrian Collins said he just wanted to bridge the gap. I think they're doing way more than that, as we can see Proper Peaks there addressing the forwards at quarter time. So on the Terry White Chemmart scoreboard, it is 1-1-7 the NWFL, leading the NTFA 5 behinds in the first of the Tasmanian AFL Tasmania representative series from Wilson-Tones Park, NWFL territory here at Penguin. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with you for the second quarter on AFL Tas livestream.
shift cutie at the truck stop knows my name. Through the candle in the midnight oil lit up honky-tonk highway. I see the sun come up as I ain't in bed. Gonna have my name cut into a stone when I lay my head. No rest for the wicked, at least for a few hundred miles. I'm running wild, riding lightning, run on empty the ring of fire. Rolling like the Mississippi, oh mama tried. But I got bad down to my bones, don't know where I'm gonna go, oh sweet child. I'm running wild, I'm running wild. Always been a runner, never been one settling down. Spent my life in the backwoods looking for ways out of one horse town. I found the sixth string, taking the jump that westbound train. Now I only slow down long enough to stand up on that stage. Cloud nine is a cloud of dust for the next 1,000 miles. I'm running wild, riding lightning, run on empty in the ring of fire. Rolling like the Mississippi, oh mama child. But I got bad back to my bones, don't know where I'm gonna go, oh sweet child.
Welcome back to the AFL Tas live stream, Tasmanian Representatives Series, game number 1 of the Representative Series in the Terry White Kenmart Women's NWFL versus NTFA contest from Wilson's Homes Park. We're about to get underway in the second quarter. The caller is Jacob Beffers.
Winning the tap there for the NTFA, I should say, is Booth. And then coming away with it is Smith. Kicks it towards a teammate in Eilert, I should say. Now feeding a handball out there was Binns towards Stevenson. Ball spills out to Lowe, got the handball away to Conkey. Kicked the only goal of the game. She kicks it to centre half forward. Umpire blows his whistle there, free kick for a bit of a shove, and it's going to go the way of Harrison by the looks of it.
Harrison weighs up her options, decides to come to the grandstand side of the ground. The kick goes off the boot, fortunate, lands in the hands of a teammate, Lauren Stevenson. Ladies are wearing those coloured socks for emergency services workers. As the ball comes towards centre of the ground, Hingston was there first. That was the kick from Stevenson. She follows it up. She's clean. She spins around. She gets her handball away. Humphreys, now Ahern, inside forward 50. It's a spiral. It's end on end. It's a race on. Who's going to be first back? NTFA get there through the service of Lloyd. Mackenzie Lloyd. Ball gets fed back out. Is that Smith? Might be. Across the body. Not a bad looking kick. Don't tell me. What a start for the NWFL. In fact, it might have been Ashen Unum.
I think it was.
Ashen Unum has done that across the body. So Ashen Unum showing her goal sense. Now she's got 1 goal, 1 to her name. And the NWFL, that's a complete opposite of what they showed in the first quarter. They extend the margin to a game high 8 points. So it's 2-1-13. NTFA 5 behinds.
Quite a prominent goal kicker for Ulverston this year. Of course, made the move across from Devonport. So back in the middle. Winning the tap there was Hannah Lee. Ball coming out for Kelsey O'Hearn, who gets rid of it. Umpire's blown his whistle here, and it's going to be a free kick going the way of O'Hearn. So looks to the broadcast side, nearly makes a meal of the kick. In fact, she pretty much did. And now Weldon gets the kick away. Hingston had it, lost it. Here's a chance for Brewood, who goes inside 50, only to the advantage of Ewington, I should say, and the ball, she can't quite collect it, and as a result it goes out of play. Boundary throw in deep inside 50 for the NTFA.
Ball about to be thrown in inside the forward 50 for the NTFA. First time forward. Any hand on the ruck contest was Booth. Ball not been able to be cleanly taken. Finally, it is by the NTFA. That came through Icon, over to Richardson. up and under kick. Fortunate. And it's landed in the hands of Ruby. No, it's Hayley Brewood. Brewood is kicked further forward. Lauren Stevenson. So she's showing her face in the second quarter. Oh, good kick forward, but it was chopped off by defence, and that's Ellie Polk. So Polk, the trade captain, goes wide. Former premiership player at Wynyard, finds the true hands of Luca Conkey.
So Conkey from half back. Kicks it towards the centre circle. No one marks. Here's a chance for the NWFL. They go inside 50. It's a one-on-one battle. Couldn't quite get to it there was Smith. NTFA trying to get it outside the defensive 50. Lloyd got the kick away and found the safety of Brewood. And then goes out wide to a teammate in Leanna Freestone. Kicks it down the line, but only to the advantage of Hannah Lee. Players just trying to get a grip on the footy. Hingston did just that, but the kick was smothered. It's fed out to Olivia Smith. She's a handy player, of course. Kicks it into the centre, but turns it over to Weldon.
Weldon has the football, and that's possibly Smith's downfall with regards to her game. It's efficiency with the use of the ball. She turns the football over a lot. She wins a hell of a lot of it. But her ball use at times isn't to the advantage of her teammates. Hingston's going to receive the free kick here, according to the umpire. So Courtney Hingston, Dow defender for the Ulverston Robins. Puts it up high. Moody uses her body. That's going to be a push in the back. Free kick. And away Fry. Fry. This time with the pigskin in her hand. Kicks the ball. Top of the 40-50. A good fly. Unfortunately unable to take the mark with Freestone. The ball comes to ground. It's now to the advantage by hands of number 7. And that's Jamie Todman. And she's put on the first for the NTFA. And they bridge that gap back to 2 points, being the margin as it was at quarter time. So 2-1-13 the NWFL. NTFA 1-5-11 on the Terry White Kenmark scoreboard.
I think one thing is for sure, we've got a good game on our hands. It's very entertaining.
It's more than bridging the gap, I know that. It's a contest, and that's what we love, and that's what the Tasmanian Representative Series is all about, region against region. Bit of tribalism again. This time was against the NTFA, I think. It is the 666. So both sides have now had a warning.
Lee wins the tap. Ball at ground level. Comes out for the NTFA, and here they go. Receiving a handball there was Haberle inside 50. No one took the mark. And then coming away with it for the NWFL was O'Hearn. She kicks it out wide to Eilert. She's got someone running on by. It's Diprose who goes inside 50. Only to the advantage of Lloyd. It was a good little spinning bit of action there, but then she's been pinged. Just tried to do a little bit too much, and Ashton Newnham, who's already got a goal, can perhaps go for another.
Might be beyond the distance. She decides to go further forward, looking for Bissett. Went straight through her hands. Need to be clean at this level in order to capitalise. She's back towards it. It's Bissett, but she gives up the football. Binns, a resolute defender for the NTFA. Wide. Stevenson. Beaten there by Polk. Follows up with a tackle. Will receive the free kick because that's incorrect disposal. And good work by Lauren Stevenson for the NTFA.
Kicks it down the ground. Nearly marked there by Smith. Ball close to the boundary line. It's been kicked down the ground, so kept in play. But here go the NWFL. Amali Johnson kicks it towards half back, only as far as Fry, who gets the handball away. And they try to work it through hands, the NTFA, but that is a brilliant tackle there by Olivia Pringle. Fantastic stuff.
So Chips hands the ball to Rockcliffe, puts herself under a bit of pressure. Inside forward 50, finds a target. That's all you need to do. It's now in the hands of Mia Aylett. Aylett plays on, has the shot on goal. Unfortunately, it goes to the far side and through for a minus score. So that margin moves to 3 points, 14 plays 11, and we have played almost 9 minutes into the second term.
Gee, what about that tackle from Olivia Pringle? Nearly resulted in a goal. So a chance here for the NTFA to get things moving. Lloyd, the vice-captain, kicks it towards a contest. There's Pringle inside 50 towards Saywood. Can she get to it, though? It's a foot race. Saywood collects just in time. Handballs it off to a teammate who kicks it to the goal square. It's come off hands. Here's a chance. Aylett hits the post. Can you believe it? And it's a minor score.
Yes, I can, unfortunately. Saw a similar incident, actually. Circular Head had a free kick from the goal square and didn't make the distance. Kicked it into the man on the mark. Nonetheless, commentator's curse, generally speaking, is put on that. As that's been touched, according to the umpire, it's going to be a boundary throw-in. I would have thought it was a lasso free kick. So it came straight out off the NTFA fullback. Ball comes down from Saywood. Clearing. I think it might have been Smith, Jess Smith, by foot. And a free kick has been given to Bissett. So Amy Bissett is now going to have another shot on goal. So, really sharpshooter. Might be beyond the range here. So we'll just see what happens. Gets reasonable purchase. Opportunity to fly. Fly they do. And it's Dana Fry that takes the mark.
So Dana Fry looking to go to the other side of Dial Park. Drop mark there by Freestone. She was able to regather herself though and then kick it down the ground. Hingston slipped through her hands, but she had the support of Smith. Handballs it off to Rockcliffe, inside 50. Drop mark there by Fry. She was able to get a second bite though. Kicks it towards centre half back. Running onto it there was Richardson, and then Richardson short. And finds the services there of Morrison. Continues to Hall. And then Hall inside 50 for the NTFA. Nearly marking it there was Ewington. Has no pressure, just he's able to collect, run and go.
Ewington's kick finds the intended target, and that being Pope, former teammate. Former school colleagues also. And to another former school colleague who's been sensational so far, but that kick isn't. That was Chips Pringle. Might fall into the hands of AJ. It does. So Johnson hands it on to Luca Conkey. Ahern, she's got time, she's got space. What's she doing? Decides to play on, kicks it over the top of the leading Saywood, and the NTFA are able to release only to the hands of Chips Pringle. Back towards Bissett. Bissett's hand towards Moody. Back to Bissett. Off a standing start. Kicks it. Goalward. For 6 points. So congratulations there to Amy Bissett. They did it the hard way. The NWFL. And I was wondering what Kelsey Ahern was doing. She had time, she had space, she could have caught the train and enjoyed the view from the Dial Park range. Decided to try and chip it towards the leading Shania Saywood. Nonetheless, they're able to get away with it. And that came through the services of Amy Bissett, who gets her first for the day. 3-3-21, plays 1-5-11. 10 points to margins. The ball goes back into the middle.
So back we go in the middle. Marley Johnston in the ruck with Freestone there, but the NWFL are able to go inside 50. O'Hearn collects, handballs it off, and then they kick it towards a 2-on-1 favourite in the NTFA as the NWFL. Ball at ground level, And they're able to come out of it here, the NTFA. Here's Clark towards the contest. Umpire blows his whistle for a push, and it's going to be a free kick to Weldon.
So Weldon, further afield. Used the ball reasonably well to the NTFA. This time, though, it's able to be mopped up by Hingston. Her kick lands in the hands of Kelsey Ahern. Becoming a more dominant player. Coach of Devonport. She wears the number 16 for the Black and White Army. That kick goes over the top of Smith. She has to get back on top of it. She applies a tackle. Holds it up. Taya Richardson, and we'll get a ball up centre forward for the NWFL. AJ, Marley Johnson wins it down. Humphreys tries to tap it to the advantage of a teammate, Pringle. It's not. Goes to Freestone, Liana, whose kick is chopped off by Ellie Pope.
Goes towards centre half forward, in the direction there of Conkey. Now the NTFA have been dispossessed here. There was Bins, I think it was, and being rewarded will be Ella Moody.
My apologies, within range. So she has the capability, as long as she gets good purchase on the football here, Jacob. However, she does have the capacity to get a bit underneath the football.
This to extend the lead for the home team. Kick is going to fall short. It's not accurate either, but Conkey was there. Forward pocket. She's a good player, so I wouldn't put this past her.
She's got this in a bag of tricks, just like her father used to.
Let's have a look. She's going to go the snap, of course, and hits the post. So a minor score, 3-4-22. The NWFL lead the NTFA 1-5-11.
That's a poor kick out for the NTFA off the inside of the boot. Sophie Harrison and Ella Moody will get another opportunity to have a shot on goal. It's from quite an acute angle. Penny Kemmelman there, having to work hard. She goes back towards the top of the goal square. Saywood's the target. She's got it. She stands resolute, but a great smother been applied there by Binns. And they're going to release. It's now in the hands of Stevenson. Good mark. Strong courage personified by Haberle. Hands it back to Stevenson. Goes inboard with that left boot, but it lands in the hands of the NWFL's safety, that being Chips Pringle. Hands it to her captain at Wynyard, Olivia Smith, but she's turned the footy over again.
It's Weldon who goes out wide, slips through the hands there of Morrison, and now Olivia Smith has the football. And applying a nice tackle there was Morrison. So a ball up on the grandstand side of Dial Park. Lee taps it down to Smith and then was able to shrug one off. That was superb. And then inside 50, good mark taken there by Conkey. And then Conkey elects to go short and
Bissett,
finds Bissett.
It is Bissett. Yep. Again, might be beyond her capacity. Nonetheless, sharpshooter. It's amazing if you're clean, Jacob, isn't it? You really stand out in this competition.
100%. So she'll be kicking from long range, but pretty much directly in front. She gives it all she's got, and unfortunately misses it to the left for her sake.
So 1-1 to Amy Bissett. And waste no time. NTFA bringing the ball back in. We've got under 3 minutes to go in this second term. It's now in the hands of Harrison. Wider still, down towards that scoreboard side. There's Proper Peaks. Beaten to it there by Ellie Pope. Not clean. She's in trouble now. Not holding the football, but apparently it's been held to her. Interesting. By the umpire, we'll get a ball up. 11 plays 23. 12 points to margin. Game high for the NWFL. 2.5 minutes remaining in this first half. Looking forward to the chat between the two presidents of the league, being Gary Carpenter and Peter Gutwin at half time. Ball at half forward for the NTFA. Proper Peach. Handball goes astray. All the NWFL, they just have to be clean. Out to Hingston. That kick's not. Almost chopping it off was Haberley. They've now got advantage. They kick it inside, forward 50. What can they do with it? They need to be clean. Oh, is that a throw? No, says the umpire. Getting a kick, taken high was Ruby Hall, top of the goal square. Ball to ground. Are they able to knock it through? Someone kick it off the ground. It's going nowhere. We're going to get a ball up. Laying on top of it. Last to get up, I think, might be Jamie Todman, goal kicker for the NTFA.
It's in a dangerous spot here for the NTFA. Receiving a handball there was Dip Rose. Kicks it out of there, but marking it nicely on the chest there was Bree Eichen.
Good second grab.
So they can go back inside 50. Here the visitors. Just chips it up. And it's a mark. Inside 50 for the NTFA.
That would have to be a freestone, wouldn't it?
I think you're right. Yep.
They don't lack for courage, the women, do they? They're happy to go back with the flight of the football.
So Jaslyn Freestone to kick the second goal for the NTFA perhaps. She kicks it towards the right. Nearly marked there on the last line. And then the ball's been locked up forward pocket.
So another ball up. 10 seconds to go on this first half. I'm going to get another boundary throw in. I think that might be around about curtains for the first half. And the NWFL are going to go in with a game high lead as you hear the siren at half time. It is 3-5, 23, playing 1-5, 11. And it's 12 points the margin. Our goal kickers are as follows for the NWFL. Ashen Newman, Amy Bissett are the goal scorers in that second term, along with Luca Conkey in the first. For the NTFA, it is Jamie Tomlin with that single goal kicker. We might go to Jacob Evis with some of our better players for both the NWFL and the NTFA.
Well, the NWFL thought, Luca Conkey has to be up there. Olivia Pringle's getting involved. Still got Dip Rose in the mix, although she probably wasn't as effective, I guess, in that quarter. Who else can we put in there? I've got to put Asha Noonan in. She's kicked a miraculous goal. And do we put Olivia Smith in? She's turned the ball over a couple of times, but she's getting plenty of the footy.
Well, I think her possession count wins her that accolade. It's just that she needs to be a little bit more efficient with her disposal. For the NTFA, there's no doubt that the Freestone girls in particular being very prominent throughout the course of the first half. Lauren Stevenson in that second quarter was very good across the defensive half of the ground. Michaela Binns has been standing up along with Georgia Haberley and up front Amy Prokopits. So looking forward to seeing what they can do. I like the work and the courage in particular there by Bree Eichen towards the back end, almost being able to feed her teammate with that shot on goal. And I think that might have been Jasmine Freestone late in that second half. But we have a contest on our hands in the Women's Terry White Kmart Tasmanian Representative Series game between the NWFL women and the NTFA women. We're going to take a very short break, ladies and gentlemen. Very shortly, we have a couple of special guests, the two presidents up against one another, Mr. Gary Carpenter and Mr. Peter Gutwin of the NTFA and the NWFL respectively. Stay with us. We'll be back very, very shortly.
Headlights in the fast lane is my home away from home. If there's light after this tunnel, I'm gonna be the first to know. No slowing down, no looking back, no staying for a while. I'm pedal down and right on track. I'm ready for this ride. I'm running wild. Ride the lightning, run on empty, the ring of fire. Rolling like Mississippi, your mama tried.
convince me whenever I'm missing. Guess you figured me out. Baby told me that he needs me. Said that he wanna treat me to the point that I'm breaking. Got my yellow lights on, 'cause I die for you. Do anything that you want, baby, I'm loving you. Give me a reason to stay, 'cause baby, I'll fight for you. Do anything that you want, baby, I'll die for you. I'll die for you. I'm the coffee should be fixing, with the talks that's a meeting. Do whatever you're wishing. Call me pretty and calm. Say when I'm turning 60, would you be here to pick it? The prize on your shoulder.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the AFL Tasmania live stream from the NWFL's headquarters in the northwest, that being Wilson Home or Dial Park Regional Sports Complex, where we have the AFL Tasmania Representative Series underway. It's game number 1 between the two northern counterparts, the NWFL and the NTFA. And the NWFL got the chocolates in the Tasmanian Road Safety Council under-19s match, where they came out 39-point victors, 10-9-69 to the NTFA 4-6-30. Taj Lico from the NWFL was the best on ground, and for NTFA, Lachlan Taylor. Currently in the Terry White Kenmart women's fixture, we have the NWFL with a game-high margin of 12 points, 3-5-23, leading the NTFA 1-5-11. Joining me in the commentary position at the moment is the former Premier of Tasmania and current NTFA President, Mr. Peter Gutwin, and beside him, with holding a very happy smile on his face, is the President of the NWFL, because he's 1.5 up and might have 2 to his name very shortly. Gary Carpenter. Carp and Peter, welcome to Wilson's Homes Park and the Sunshine State. Sunshine part of the state, I should say.
The sunshine part. Well, the sun is shining here. I was just saying to Carps, a little over 40 years ago, we came down here and it was snowing in Penguin, played against him. So it's pleasant to be up here on the coast when the sun's actually shining.
Yeah, well, I just heard that story. Can you guys regale what happened on that particular day?
I reckon we all come out with bronchitis or pneumonia at the end of the day, but it's a true story. East Launceston come to Penguin, and Bull Rymouth, coach of East Launceston, and Laurie Howard, coach of Penguin. And it was an absolute shock of a day. It was absolutely blizzard-like football. They called the footy off up in Yolla area and up in Motley Preston. And for a guy like Peter and me, you used to be made wear short-sleeve jumpers back in those days. Christ, just shivering to death. We had no need to be on the ground, let me tell you.
Yeah, well, I was a 16-year-old then. As I was saying to Carps, he would have been about 30 run around that day. But no, if they'd asked for a vote, if we wanted to come off, I was playing on the half-forward flank then, and spending most of the time trying to make sure Bill Fielding didn't kill me. And it was that cold. I don't think I've ever played in a game as bad as that. It was like playing in a freezer. It was.
Well, thank God for climate change. And now we're
I don't know whether the players today would have bike shorts on, track pants, and goodness knows what else they had to put up with. They'd have more than heaters on the bench like the AFL, let me tell you.
What were the showers like? I've got to ask, because the showers back in Penguin in the old ground.
Well, it was frozen. I don't reckon it even worked.
Yeah, no, we just towelled off after that one.
But we did always turn them off for a Launceston side, Launceston-based side, except we did. So.
Well, what hospitality that the Northwest always used to give the Northerners, there's no doubt about that. Nonetheless, with regard to the Tasmanian Representative Series last year, Pete, got one-upmanship with the big game coming up very shortly between the NWFL and the NTFA in the men. What's the expectation this year?
Well, I was saying to Carps during the week, we go into this game as the underdog. There's no two ways about that. We've had a pretty difficult 12 months as the NTFA, and you look at our side from last year, there's nearly two-thirds of it not available to us to select from. And so what we decided to do this year was to do something different. Like at the end of the day, I'm a great believer, if you don't have a crack at something, things don't work out your way, and you look back and say, gee, I wish I'd done that or done something different. So this year we brought in an external coach, Mitch Thorpe, who's added a level of professionalism to the squad. But we've also selected from right across the 3 divisions. So we've got players on the park today that play Premier League footy, play Div 1 footy, and also Division 2 footy for the NTFA. And what we try to do is start early and build a bit of team ethos. Some champions in the team, and we've got some kids as well. So, hopefully it's a real contest. We'll be out there doing our absolute best to represent the NTFA, but it's going to be tough for us.
Interesting to hear that you've collaborated a group from amongst all 3 divisions in the NTFA. The NWFL have done something a little bit different this year, Carp. Do you want to elaborate on what the group have done with regards to their training?
Yeah, what we've done, we took an under-23 group to North Hobart early for the first VFL game. We played post-VFL, and that was an exercise to try and bring a group of young kids together, and there was from 18-year-old up to 23 to play against a top ex-state league side. So that sort of gives Kurt the nucleus of a young change. So I think we're both in this situation where we have change management coaches, which is great. Like, we see 11 new players in our side today, and when I looked out there and saw the Northern guys come off, I think, gee, we're little compared to your guys, Pete, but it's an incredible opportunity when you go through this change management of football, when you roll some out and bring some new ones in. And Kurt's done that. We've had a bit of a broken training run with weather and so forth, but the buy-in's been incredible. The buy-in's been absolutely unbelievable. And I think that's the best thing about this rep series. It's going to give these kids some huge opportunity.
And I think that's the key. That's the word for the day, opportunity. Like, I am so very pleased that we've got an AFL team coming. We've got VFL running around in the state, both VFL and VFLW. What that means if you're a kid coming through today and you're 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, you are 4, maybe 5 good games away from playing at the second highest level in this country. And in 2028, you're going to be half a dozen games, good games, away from playing at the highest level if you're prepared to put yourself into it. And this is the biggest stage that we've got in northern Tasmania today. It's being live streamed. No doubt, not only the Devils, but the AFL recruiters across the country will be having a look at the kids that are running around here, and someone, if they do well, has a chance to get plucked.
But when you think of that, Pete, you saw Webley on TV the other night saying there's a big gap between our leagues and VFL. We acknowledge that, but the gap's not that great between the best of what we've got. And I think we've got to acknowledge that some of these youngsters running out on the ground today, put them in the upper environment, and that gap's not that great. And they can soon get there pretty quick. And you look at the Baldock medalists from our comp last year, like, he's still only 18, 19.
Yeah, Harry
Ulmer, So the gap wasn't that great, was it?
No.
So I think we've got to be, really honest here. There is some kids here that could still make VFL for Tasmania.
Yeah, I'm a great believer in that too, Carps. I think that, there's a gap in fitness, but that can be fixed. Yep. And at the end of the day, if you can catch and kick and you've got a football brain, there's a future if you want to really go out and grasp it.
I've got to ask both of you with regards to what happens with some of the VFL players and some of the VFLW players. They're unable to get games, or they haven't moved themselves down to the southern part of the state. I note that there's only 2 or 3 players that are actually based up here in the NWFL at the moment on the northwest coast that are actually playing and training up here on the northwest for the VFL. But for the NTFA, I noticed a number of players are unable to get games in the south, and they're having to come back to the NTFA competition. So what have you done, Pete, in relation to being able to provide them with the opportunity to continue to play, to put their case forward?
Well, actually, you may actually make it sound better than what it actually is. We lost, and I usually say North Launceston as an example. They won the flag last year. Of their 22, 18 of them are not available for them this year. There are about a dozen down have moved to Hobart or have linked up with Hobart SFL clubs. Those that are part of the VFL program, we've had a couple that have come back, like Archie Wilkinson was permitted back from Glenorchy because they couldn't fit him in to play with Launceston. What we've got to do, I think, moving forward is make sure that the AFL works with the 2 northern leagues to ensure that where players are part of the program, they're coming back to their home clubs.
We better let you go.
We will. Well, thank you very much for dropping in, boys. Very impressed with what you've put together with the NWFL versus the NTFA, and we look forward to seeing what the outcome is in the main game later on today.
Thanks, Xavier, and all the best, Pete, and thanks for coming down.
No worries, Carps. Thanks for having us. Cheers.
Gary Carpenter and Peter Gutwin there, the two respective presidents of the NTFA and the NWFL, as we've just got underway in the third term of the NWFL versus NTFA Women's Terry White Kmart representative game, and it is 23 playing 11, and with 30 seconds in, balls at centre half forward, I think for the NTFA, and we're going to get a ball up as the umpire says it was held to her. Ball up there, Hannah Lee getting the ball down from the ruck, back inside forward 50 for the NTFA. Good tackle applied there by Hingston. Overrunning the football, and that might have been Weldon. Follows back up, gets the handball out. Hingston again applies good pressure. It's now in the hands of Stevenson on that favoured or trusty left boot. Top of the goal square. Ball thundered away by the NWFL defence. They have possession through Ewington. Good tackle being applied there on Johnston, and it's holding the football. And the free kick will be going to Lauren Stevenson as we welcome back Jacob Bevis into the commentary position.
Thanks for having me back. She's played well, Lauren Stevenson, today.
Yeah, she has. I actually been very impressed. In particular, that second quarter, I noted that she was possibly the most dominant NTFA player on the ground.
So Lauren Stevenson kicks it through. So the NTFA, they start bright in the third quarter and they reduce the margin. Keeping in touch with the home team.
So that margin is one goal. So 3-5-23 in the NWFL, leading the NTFA 2-5-17. And we have yet to play 2 minutes into the second half.
So back to the middle we go. Lee to do battle in the ruck with Jaslyn Freestone. Freestone might have just won the hit out there on that occasion. Umpire blows his whistle for a bit of a dump tackle there. So free kick to the NTFA. They go forward towards centre half forward. Had it for a moment there was Johnson. Ball just spilling out for the moment. It comes out for Diprose. Diprose now wheels around, kicks it to the wing. Running onto it there is Fry. She's been met with a couple of NWFL players. She's still going, Dana Fry. And now the ball's been locked up and the umpire will sort it all out with a ball up.
So the ball on the scoreboard side of the ground. Taking possession and losing it. And that's incorrect disposal was Olivia Smith. So Freestone with that kick forward finds her intended target. That being Booth. Again, good possession. Holding up the NWFL by not giving away the footballs in the NTFA. From the foot of Binns to the hands of Clark, the captain, inside forward 50. Oh, strong mark. Good defensive pressure. And reading of the play by Ellie Ewington. A kick though, not so great. Good body work by Poke, and the NWFL are away.
Poke kicks it down the ground here on this grandstand side. Trying to pick it up is Aylett. Feeds it out to Conkey. Umpire's blown his whistle here.
Advantage? No.
It's going to come back to Mia Aylett. He's got a teammate running on by. It's Newnham. Inside 50.
Good kick.
And finds the hands of Jessica Smith.
That's her home deck. So she'll be able to know what's going on with the win. Is it left to right, right to left? Let's see how she goes. Jacob, call her home.
Oh, not the best of kicks at all.
Commentator's curse.
Yeah, absolutely. She tries to get her own footy and then spills it. Olivia Smith gets the handball away. Chance here for the NWFL. The snap is fantastic by Amy Bissett. She's got a couple. And they kick back out the home team.
So 2 goals to the margin. So it's back out to a game high 12 points. What it was at half time. Gary Carpenter and company, the NWFL committee board, will be feeling much more at ease. And 1.5 up on the NTFA at the moment, winning the under-19s. And now with a 12-point margin at the 5-minute mark of the third term. So it's 4-5-29, plays 2-5-15. Ball back in the middle.
Lee wins the tap, only as far as Herberle. Hadn't lost it, the ball's at the deck. Kicking it inside 50, there was Freestone. Now trying to get her hands on it there is Booth. She runs onto it in the end and then stops and then was able to shrug off a tackle. Kicks it deep to a 1-on-1. No mark there to Probopic. And the ball spills out of play.
Boundary throw-in will ensue. Deep inside the forward 50. Scoreboard side of the ground for the NTFA. Getting the tap down was Lee. Then Poke, just wrapped up in a tackle. It's an incorrect disposal. And the recipient of the free kick will be Liana Freestone. So the Freestone girls making impact on this contest. It's a good kick inboard. And it's one of the playing assistant coaches, and that's Amy Prokopits. So she's going to have a shot on goal from around about 30 metres out. I'd say by the time she makes contact, it might even be 25. Slight angle. The kick. It's made the distance. Has it got the accuracy? No, it's crossed the face and it's one behind.
29 plays 18. Hingston for the NWFL to take the kick out. She runs a couple of metres. Kicks it in the direction of Griffiths, but that is a fantastic mark there by Weldon. Sends the NTFA back inside 50. And Prokopis might have been copped a high one there, so she's going to get a free kick and another shot.
Putting the challenge down to Ewington, the defender.
Let's see what she's got here. Can she make amends for a moment ago? It's on its way. It's goal. Just looked like it was going to fade to the left, but it held its line well. And the NTFA, again, claw back the margin to single digits.
5 points, 4-5, plays 3-6. Goal kickers in this third term, there have been 2 of them to the NTFA. Stevenson and now Prokopits. And 1 goal, 2 to her name for Amy Prokopits, the assistant coach. Assistant playing coach, in fact, out here amongst the troops for the NTFA. This time it'll be Jaslyn Freestone up against Hannah Lee. Freestone wins. Down to Habalay, back to Freestone. Ball out. Centre wing position. Lee gets her hands on it. Then it comes back to Habalay, gets a boot. Towards half forward. Contest, winning that superbly was Todman. Inside forward 50. Under pressure, Ewington and the defenders. Amy Prokopits is asking for out on the full, and she's going to receive it. So it must have come off the beat of Ellie Ewington. And according to the field umpire, that was actually over the boundary line, so we're going to get a boundary throw-in.
So ball comes back into play. Piece, I should say, couldn't quite get a handle on it. And the ball spills to a pack of players. So a ball up half forward for the NTFA. They've had most of the play inside their arc. Chance here, perhaps. It's on its way. It's through. That is a superb goal.
I think it was Haberley, wasn't it? That was Georgia Haberley. That was amazing.
We've seen a couple of good goals today.
Indeed we have, and they've now taken the lead. 4-6 plays 4-5. And that'll bring a smile to Peter Gutwin's face. Another Adrian Collins. He's coaching fraternity down there on the interchange. So the NTFA by the smallest of margins. Ball goes back up. Freestone wins the tap. Getting back first. I think that was Rockcliffe. Loses the football in the handball though. Good mark there by Poke. Literally taking it on the chin, Jacob. Jeez. He wastes no time. Plays on. Goes straight up the guts. Newnham. Or was that Bissett? In fact, it was Bissett. The target. She follows up. Wins her own football. Good looking kick forward towards Saywood. Unable to take the mark. Brings it to ground. Great follow-up tackle by a teammate in Moody. That's good defensive pressure by the forwards. And a ball up will ensue.
So what can the NWFL conjure out of this inside 50? Rockcliffe trying to get a handle on it. She's being tackled. And the umpire is going to ball it up. Good tackle there by Leanna Freestone. Tapped there by Freestone. Handball comes out there for Courtney Hingston. She kicks it inside 50. Aylett couldn't quite mark, sort of lost her balance a little bit, but was able to regain herself. Now Moody got a handball away. Umpire just letting things unfold here. Now it comes out. Chance here for Stevenson. Kicks it towards the wing in the direction of Ruby Hall. But she's got company out on the outer side. And now Poke in possession.
Poke's kick up towards Rockcliffe, unable to take the mark. So NTFA release. They lose possession though. First back to pick the ball up. She's been wrapped up in a tackle. That was AJ Johnson. Amali. She loses possession. Todman will receive the free kick. No mark there for Haberley. Ball comes to ground. Prokopic using her wisdom and experience with her body. Loses possession. Comes to Smith for a chain of handballs. Kick towards the pack. Centre wing position in front of the scoreboard. NWFL trying to get their hands on it. Finally do through Bissett. She goes wide. Smith will be first there. Taken out by a bump. NTFA defence. Aylett. Ball knocked forward. Opportunity for Ahern. Fry. Ahern. Fry. Fry wins out. And it comes out to Binns. Steps back on the opposite side of the ground. And they release to the NTFA. Release the valve.
Kick to the wing. Haberley dropped a mark she probably should have taken. And now she's got support here from Stevenson, who kicks it down the ground. Drop mark there by Todman. Ball spills out. The NWFL, they try to work it through hands, although it just comes unstuck for the moment. Now the NTFA are let back in. They work it through hands. Here's a chance for Eichen. Kicks it towards centre half back. Centre half forward, I should say. And taking the mark at centre half back is Hingston. Just decides to run away with it. And then belt it forward in the direction of Diprose, but she had company. Now picking it up is Moody, bustling her way through and then kicking it inside 50 in the direction of Saywood. Couldn't mark. It's a one-on-one battle here. Saywood and Lloyd. Lloyd gets to it. The handball only to the advantage of Ahern, who has a shot but misses to the near side. Scores level.
Indeed they are. Needed to hold her feet there, Saywood. She would have been able to run into an open goal. Ball came back to Ahern. And she really should have done better with the opportunity that was presented. Now out to Stevenson, NTFA. Centre wing position. Haberle takes the mark. The better ball users, the NTFA, and it's showing now in this third term. It's now in the hands of Booth. Comes in towards a deceptive but agile forward, Jamie Todman, is going to be having a shot on goal. And this could be the fourth for the term for the NTFA women. So Jamie Todman might be beyond the distance, mind you, a northwesterly wind. See what happens. She runs around. Kick's not a great one. And so the NWFL have an opportunity to release. They don't. And they're giving away the free kick. Unfortunately, it's Jessica Smith. And it's going to the player that's been rather dangerous throughout the course of today. And that's Grace Weldon. So Weldon will be having a shot on goal. Similar distance. Wind's coming across her right shoulder. So the right goal post will be what she's aiming for. Let's see whether she's got enough in a kit bag in order to be able to make the distance. Not a bad looking kick. I think it's been touched right on the goal line. So good looking effort there by Grace Weldon. That's her second behind for the game.
Here's Conkey. Kicks it out towards a teammate who dropped the mark. That teammate was Griffiths. As the NWFL try to work it outside the defensive 50. Gee, that's a good mark. Strong hands there by Amali Johnson. So Johnson kicks it down the ground, but turns it over to Harrison. And now they work it through hands. In fact, it was Fry who turns it over again. So the NWFL go forward. Kick to space. Here's Harrison. Handballing it off to Clark. The captain. Kicks it down towards the wing. Drop mark there by Smith. Kick was smothered there by Bissett. And now a tackle applied, and it's going to be a ball up on the outer side.
Great defensive work by the NTFA. Just desperate measures. And they've been cleaner than the NWFL. The NWFL, when they've had it in their forward line, generally speaking, they've applied scoreboard pressure. Conkey from the contest. First back was Fry. Uses it well, out wide. Getting there was Hall. Ball to ground. Taking on two tacklers. Umpire says you're not going anywhere. And that was Fry. We'll have another ball up.
Trying to get away with the footy there was an NWFL player on the outer side. And she's been pinged. So kick towards a contest. Here's a chance perhaps for the NTFA, although it comes unstuck. Low. Kicks it to the outer side. Comes off hands, falls to ground. Hacked forward by the visitors. Player's gone down hurt there as the NWFL try to get themselves away from the defensive 50.
That's Griffiths, I think, that's down.
Bissett works it to the outer side. They're still in possession here, the NWFL. Jessica Smith kicks it to the safety of Saywood.
Griffiths is still down behind play. Saywood kicks the ball up towards the forward 50. Moody. Humphries tries to rove. Ball comes to ground. It's going nowhere. Stoppage will be the result. And she's still down on the ground as Bridget Griffiths.
Play would have to be stopped, surely.
I would have thought so. They might be calling for the stretcher. Her right knee did not look good. Ball up. It's going nowhere. And then there's a free kick. Or are we just stopping because of what's happened? We're stopping because the stretch has been called. but they're calling for the stretcher. And that's horrible to see. And at three-quarter time, as the siren goes, it's a point the difference. NWFL 4-6-30. As Bridget Griffiths gets some attention. NTFA, it's 4-7-31. And it's the favour of the NTFA at the moment with a blistering third term. They kick 3 goals, 2 to the NWFL's 1 goal, 1 for the term. Goal kickers for the NTFA. All single goal kickers, Jamie Todman, Lauren Stevenson, Georgia Haberley and Amy Prokopits. For the NWFL, 2 to Amy Bissett, 1 to Luca Conkey and Asha Newnham. Better players for the NWFL and the women's Terry White Kenmart Tasmanian Representative Series against the NTFA, Jacob Bevis.
Trying to remember what I said at half time. I've got, O'Hearn's had a good game. Poke would have to be in there. I'd still have Diprose in there. Who else have we got here? We reckon Ewington's had a good game. She's had some moments.
Well, I think she's up against it.
Yeah,
she's got some stiff opposition between particular Proper Pete's, Haberley that have been strong up front for the NTFA.
Aylett and Conkey would be a couple of others that I'd throw in as well. It's probably about it.
Yeah, Olivia Pringle, didn't see much of her that particular quarter. Sayward needs to stand up front. She's a strong player in the NWFL, but she's really struggling at this next tier. There's no doubt about that. I thought Kelsey Ahern in that third term actually showed some bite. Olivia Smith getting a lot of the footy, however, she turns the football over. Goal kicker up front for the NWFL, Amy Bissett, has obviously shone throughout the course of today's proceedings. For the NTFA, well, it's the Freestone girls in particular. Jaslyn Freestone. Liana's also thrown her 2 bobs worth in throughout the course of today's proceedings. But players like of the ilk of Jamie Todman, Grace Weldon, Dana Fry have shown their repertoire today. Michaela Binns, Monique Booth in that third term, Georgia Haberley, and then the assistant coach, Prokopits, have also stood up. And you can see with a 3-goal, 2-quarter to 1-1. So the NTFA have brought back that margin. And in fact, they've taken the lead by the barest of margins in the third term. So we're looking forward to what happens in this final term. And this is the women's Terry White Kenmart Representative Series, brought to us by AFL Tas. And you are watching on the AFL Tas live stream. We're going to take a break at 3-quarter time. We'll be back very shortly for the final term and see who takes the chocolates between the NWFL and the NTFA. Welcome back to Wilson Homes Park for the start of the final quarter in the Terry White Kenmart Women's Tasmanian Representative Series. Game number 1 between the NWFL and the NTFA. And a secondary ball up. You're in the hands of Jacob Bevis.
Lee beats Freeston in the ruck. Aylett got a handball away to Saywood. Low. Back to Saywood. Snaps a kick. It's dropped and it's to the advantage of Pringle, although she gives it up. And now bursting away through was Binns. Now in possession is Freestone. Inside 50. Drop mark there by Hall. Ball spills out for Hingston, who just bursts her way through. The Ulverston defender kicks it towards centre half forward. Doing well to keep the ball in front of her is Bissett. She just can't quite collect it though. And now the NTFA back in possession through Fry.
Fry's kick finds Stevenson. Been a damaging midfielder today in front of Saywood. Kick. It goes forward, part of a contest. Ewington was at the front of that. Landing on top of the ball. There might have been Dip Rose. She was held up in a tackle. I think that might have been by Ruby Hall. So, ball up. Goes nowhere, except into the hands of Saywood. It's been thrown into the middle, it looks like. Bissett used her body. There's Conkey. Using her brain. Unfortunately, it wasn't to the advantage of a teammate. Smith applies the tackle. Now Saywood. Aylett runs past the football. Humphreys. And Conkey applying the pressure. Ball's going nowhere. Brie Icon will come up last.
Point the difference. It's setting up to be a ripping finish. No doubt about that. Jaslyn Freestone wins the hit out against Lee. Ewington had it, lost it. She then went back in and got it back and did well. Was able to somehow get it to Smith. Now dispossessed there was Diprose. NTFA trying to work it inside 50. They do. And here's a chance for Brewood towards the top of the goal square. Taking the mark is Todman. Jamie Todman can extend the lead to 7 points here if she's good enough.
Already got one to her name, Jacob.
13 goals in the NTFA this year for Launceston. She's pretty much directly in front. It's a low darting kick and misses to the left. So a chance gone begging there for the visitors. They lead by 2 points.
4-7 plays, actually 4-8 plays 4-6. Kick out. NWFL is now in the hands of Saywood. She received that from Aylett, who got it from Lee. Centre wing position. First back is Harrison. Trying to get a boot to ball. There's a Hearn. Fry. Reach two would-be tacklers. Clark. Kick. The mark's been paid, or is it a free kick? Anyway, Freestone. Liana has it. Kicks it towards centre forward. Just inside the forward 50. The mark has been taken there by Ruby Hall. Beyond a distance, one would imagine. And she looks for a leading player. Getting in front. Taking the mark was Diprose. Poor decision. Follows up though. Knocks the ball forward to Hingston. Grabbed in a tackle. There was Humphreys. Is that in the back? No, says the umpire. And that follow-up tackle was completed by Haberley. Another ball up. Underway.
Smith had it, lost it. Ball just bobbling around for the moment. Smith was able to get the footy and hack it out wide, but it's only to the advantage of Weldon, who picks it up. Wheels around and kicks it into the hands of Liana Freestone, who then just kicks it to the top of the goal square, doesn't find a target. Chance here for the NTFA perhaps. They're working it through hands, and then from an impossible angle was Brewood, but she misses it to the near side.
Margin out to 3 points. So it's 4-9, plays 4-6. Terry White Kenmart scoreboard. Kick. NWFL fullback. Lands in the hands of Lowe. Feeds it out to Conkey. Conkey's kicks to space. There's no one there. Moody's up against it. Is she strong enough to win the football? Yes, she is. Kicks the ball up and down. She follows back up and applies a tackle with a teammate. That was Chips Pringle. Both from the Wynyard Cats. And hold it half forward. Grandstand side of the ground. Scoreboard yet to be updated on the far side. Low. Aylett. They give it up. Jaslyn Freestone this time. Centre wing position. Mark almost to Proper Peach. In fact, it's not Proper Peach. We'll have to find out who that is. Number 29. The NTFA. Kick further forward. Going through Olivia Smith. And luck would have it. Shania Saywood is the recipient. And this is not beyond her. Jacob?
Definitely not. She hasn't kicked a goal yet. Chance here.
Yep. Too close to the man or the person on the mark. Moody able to make the contest. Ball goes out of bounds. And that was against Molly Clark, the captain, leading from the front for the NTFA.
So ball in. About to take place. Good crowd building here at Dial Park. Saywood in the ruck, taps it down. Conkey, she's been held up. And we're going to get a ball up. Trailing by 3 points, the NWFL. They've got it inside their arc. Here's Conkey again. Got it from the ruck contest, but then spilt it. And they work it through hands. Combining there was Eichen and Richardson. Kicks it out wide towards the direction of Liana Freestone. But the ball beats it to the boundary line. Last touch disposal going the way of the NWFL.
Smith has the ball now. She hands it to a running Hingston inside the forward 50. Gets good purchase on the football. It's not a bad looking kick. I think it's got there. It has. They go to 5-6-36. And they've retaken the lead by 3 points against the NTFA. So 5-6. Plays 4-9, according to my book. So 33 plays 36. And Courtney Hingston gets another major for the NWFL.
Bit of something out of nothing there.
Really, it was, wasn't
from
it?
Hingston. Not sure if she's a notable, well, she's definitely not a notable goal kicker, but showed her ability there. So free kick in the centre, must be for 6-6-6, and it's going to be Jaslyn Freestone, who kicks it out wide. Drop mark there by Aberle, I should say, and the ball's been locked up for a ball up. Just outside the NTFA's arc of the ground. Lee taps it down. Tried to tap it down the throat of Smith, but unsuccessful. The NTFA, they work it through hands. The kicker there was Liana Freestone. Goes inside 50, the ball bouncing over the line. Boundary throw in, deep inside 50 for the NTFA.
Boundary throw in. Shoe. Lee wins it. Dip Rose at the bottom of that. Kick doesn't find the intended target. Using a body well was Molly Clark, the captain. They used the ball better than the NWFL, the NTFA. Eichen. Kick to a contest. Held we're not in possession, I thought was Smith. Umpire says second time around she does have possession, so it will be a ball up. It's not going anywhere.
Thrown up inside 50. Comes out for Hingston, tried to break a tackle and then had to get rid of it. Now the NWFL working up the line, but it's going to come back in. And now it might come back out because Hingston takes the mark inside the defensive 50 for the home team. goes short. Smith, she lost her footing, but she was able to take the mark regardless, and then kicks it out wide, but only to the advantage of Harrison. So Sophie Harrison towards centre half forward, no one marked. Pringle receives a handball. Clearing kick, it goes through the legs there of Harrison. Coming in to help out was Dana Fry. She was able to shrug one off and then get rid of it to Binns, who kicks it to centre half forward. Drop mark there by the NWFL. Freeston had it, lost it for a moment. The NWFL able to hack it out, but it's successful. And it is Bissett.
Yeah, Bissett gets it forward. She's looking for Amali Johnson, but getting in the way with Lloyd. Mackenzie Lloyd's kick being taken there by Weldon. Weldon goes back towards the centre of the ground. This is risky. Might come off for the NTFA. Hands further afield by Morrison. NWFL able to get on top of the football. Good tackle applied there by Humphreys and also Conkey. They're going to get a ball up centre of the ground. Just forward of the centre for the NTFA. 36 place, 33 advantage to the NWFL. We have about 9 minutes left in this final term. Seesawing contest in the AFL Tasmania Representative Series, brought to you by Terry White Kmart. Ball in the hands now of Weldon. Weldon forward, finding Todman, being dangerous in this final term. Goes short. Oh, good mark. Has it been paid? Surely it's been paid. And Amy Prokopites.
I don't think it has.
It hasn't. Oh, what? Says the coaching fraternity from the NTFA. They can't believe it either. Confusion reigns and the ball up was undertaken. Didn't go anywhere. So they'll redo the whole thing again.
Polk's kick was smothered. She was able to get back onto it, but then turns it over. Dinky kick there by Liana Freestone. Kicks it out wide. Prokopice
Not a bad looking
towards
effort.
the goal square. And it's a behind.
Could have been the hero. 1 goal, 3 to her name. In the dying stages now. 7.5 minutes remaining. Hingston. The NWFL throws a leg into it. Good kick. Finds the target. Intended one. That's Saywood. Brings the ball back in. This is better use of the football. NWFL move it to centre half forward. Moody. Moody's kicks. Another good looking kick. It's to the advantage of her teammate. Taking the mark is Asher Newman, and she's a sharp shooter. Beyond a distance, so I don't understand why she's not moving the ball more quickly so it has the opportunity to roll on. Nonetheless, she's lost that opportunity now as the numbers have got back for the NTFA. She goes short, chipping in is Taya Richardson.
And a 50. So they'll be taken towards the centre. The NTFA. Richardson from Bridge North. Kicks it out wide. Taking the mark there is Clark, the captain. Only a couple of points in it at Dial Park. Kicks towards half forward. Umpire blows his whistle. It's going to be a free kick. It's going the way of Grace Weldon.
Yeah, Pringle pushed her into that contest then.
She's got someone running on by, ignores her. Decides to just kick it to the top of the goal square. It's about 6 minutes to go in this game. Players all over the footy. NTFA trying to get it out. And it comes out for Poke. Rockcliffe now getting a handball away. Dipro's got a kick, but it was only as far as Freestone, who kicks it out wide. And now the NWFL trying to clear it. But it's going to be a stoppage.
Bissett was hurt in that contest a little bit earlier. You can see it. She's still proppy. She's going back into defence. Giving away the free kick, according to that, was the umpire, was Diprose over the top of the football. So that's holding the football. Is it being rushed through? It is now. And that was by Bissett. It just got back in the nick of time. So another rush behind there for the NTFA. What are we? Is there 2 points of difference or a point of difference? 4-11 plays 5-6. So it's 36 plays 35. Hingston brings the footy back in for the NWFL. Diprose, good strong mark. She's tried her heart out today, Jacob.
She has.
They need to use the football well, and they've got to be clean. Kick to a contest. No one able to take the mark. Freestone taken off it. Thereby Smith. Ball doesn't go anywhere though. And we're going to get another stoppage. 5-6 plays 4-11. Margin, one behind. Advantage of the NWFL.
Freestone winning the hit out, taps it down the throat of Brewood. And then it's kicked out wide. Chance here for Booth if she's good enough. Ball flirting with the boundary line. And it's come off hands and out of play. So just on the skirts of the NTFA's 50. Comes back into play. Neither ruckman hit that one. And then players all over the footy. We're going to get another stoppage.
Ball up. Inside the forward 50. NTFA. Not going anywhere. Great tackle applied by Shania Sayward on Molly Clark, the captain. Two genuine Bulls going at it for their respective regions. If you clean here, it will be decisive in the outcome of this match. 36 plays 35. We have a contest on here at Wilson's Home Park. Home of the NWFL. Surely that's dropping the football. Not once but twice by Bissett. No, says the umpire. Play on. Contest ensues. It's not going anywhere. We're going to get another ball up. And we have less than 3 minutes to play, Jacob Bevis.
Draws on the card perhaps. It's top of 50 for the NTFA. Comes out for Brewood, and what's happened here? Free kick going the way of the visitors. It's going the way of Liana Freestone. Doesn't really look confident. Although now it looks like she's going to go back and try her luck. In fact, instead she kicks it to the pocket. No one marks. Ball close to the boundary line. Spills out of play. Boundary throw in.
Down to 2 minutes, a point the margin. 36 plays 35. Advantage to the NWFL. We're deep inside NTFA territory. Comes out to Morrison. Gets the kick across the body. Doesn't go anywhere though. As Aylett takes it across the line. In that pocket, scoreboard side of the ground as Chips Pringle comes on. Coming back on is Hannah Lee for the NWFL. Taken away was Aylett this time. The kick, though, only goes so far. And it's now in the hands of Brewood. Brewood. No mark. Stepping herself into trouble was Smith. Here's Aylett. Oh, it's actually Olivia Smith. Misses contact. That might have been Fry that came forward for the NTFA. Ball's going nowhere. We're going to get another ball up. They're getting down to the last 60 seconds. 36 plays 35. You're in the hands of Jacob Bevis.
Crowd really getting into this one. Freestone taps it down. NWFL clear the footy. Moody goes one-on-one with Fry. I think the NTFA were looking for a free kick. I think they might have got it, but it's advantage. And then Weldon out wide to Brewood. Just kicks it inside 50. Can they get a mark? There's plenty of players flying for that one. No one takes it. Here's a chance for the NTFA. Kick towards the goals. No one marks. Courtney Hingston on the last line. She clears it away. Only to the advantage there of Lloyd. She fumbled it, but then she, after falling on the ground, got back up. Kicks it towards the contest. No mark taken. Olivia Smith, a little handball. Here's a chance for Clark, the captain, perhaps getting a captain goal. No, falls short. Ball bobbling around. Here's Liana Freestone. Has she been taken high? There's plenty of appeals from the crowd. And it comes out, but the NTFA can reload.
And reload they do. It's a big kick, but time beats them. That kick came from Michaela Binns, and by the barest of margins, the NWFL. And the Terry White Kenmart Women's Tasmanian Representative Series has taken the victory 5-6-36 to the NTFA's 4-11-35. And Adrian Collins said they wanted a contest or breach the gap. Well, they've done more than that. And they are a very competitive outfit, the NTFA. And I look forward to what they can do against the SFL towards the back end of the year. In that final term, it was the NWFL that kicked the one and only goal, and that was the difference. They kicked one straight to the NTFA's 4 behinds. So 36 plays 35 at the end of the match. We might get Jacob Evers to do a quick synopsis and summary of the NWFL and NTFA better players.
Well, I'll do the NWFL. I thought Courtney Hingston was good in the end. Really made a difference there late, off half back, and sort of in that last line of defence as well. Diprose was quite impressive in her representative outing. Trying to think of who else I've got highlighted here. Pringle was good at stages. Ellie Pope was good from defence as well. Do you have any thoughts on the NTFA?
Yeah, the NTFA, I thought the Freestone girls were very good. Lauren Stevenson also, too, was exceptional throughout the course of today's proceedings. But then you had people like Binns, Clark, Lloyd, Haberley, Prokopits, in particular up forward. Dana Fry popped in and out. And then on occasion we saw Jamie Todman with a skill set up front, along with Grace Weldon showing some great courage. So both the NTFA and NWFL women's teams can hold their heads high. We're going to take a quick break, ladies and gentlemen, from the Wilson Homes Park AFL Tas live stream, and we'll be back very shortly for Best on Ground presentations. Welcome back to AFL Tas live stream, part of the Tasmanian Representative Series between the NWFL and the NTFA in the Women's Terry White Kenmart game between the NWFL and the NTFA. We're going to go out onto the ground very shortly, where we will get our best on grounds for both teams. Score 5-6-36 the NWFL, defeating the NTFA by the barest of margins 4-11-35. And who did you think for the best on ground for the NWFL, Jacob?
Courtney Hingston. I'm going with her. We probably didn't give her enough credit throughout the call, but I thought she was pretty influential. They had so many repeat inside 50s, the NTFA, but she was probably influential in the NWFL holding up well in their backline.
Yep. And so Courtney Hingston, I'll go. I think they might, to be honest with you, I wouldn't be surprised if they went with someone like Ellie Pope or Holly Diprose for the NWFL. For the NTFA,
probably Jaslyn Freestone, I reckon.
I'm going to actually go with Lauren Stevenson.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, fair enough.
And as we can see, the men starting to make their way out onto the field very shortly. So a winner for the women's, Grace Weldon. So Grace Weldon. And Courtney Hingston. Well done, mate. You got that one right for...
Do I get a prize or?
We'll get your chocolate bar from the can a bit later on today. No, in fact, it's Ellie Poke. And then Courtney Hingston. Yeah, so she won the award for Ellie Poke. So they were the award winners today for the NWFL and the NTFA. And Liana Freestone looks like, or was it Jasmine Freestone that won for the NTFA in the Emergency Service Award. So she was the recipient there. And that's the coloured socks that both teams are wearing today in today's proceedings. As the men for both the NTFA and NWFL make their way onto the field, we've had a ripping contest in the women's Terry White Kenmart game between NWFL and the NTFA. 1 point in favour of the NWFL, but Adrian Collins and his team would be very happy with what they've been able to produce comparatively to last year. In the 19s, we saw the NWFL get up by 39 points, 10-9-69 to 4-6-30 on the Road Safety Council of Tasmania's early match this morning. Best on grounds there were Taj Luca and Lachlan Taylor for the NWFL and NTFA respectively. For the women, it was Ellie Poke and Grace Weldon, and Courtney Hingston and Jasmine Freestone won the Emergency Services Awards for each of their respective selects. We're going to take a quick break here from Wilson Park Home, and we will be back very shortly for the main fixture today. That's the men's at 2:10 between NWFL and the NTFA.